What's up, Tiger fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Tiger Sports Report. Hope you guys all had a good spring break. I'm Ethan Scott, joined alongside Cody. Eich. Cody, how you doing today?
I'm doing good as always. How about you?
Doing good, Cody. We're joined alongside two varsity boys soccer players today, Striker Smith and Blake Frisillo. Guys, how are you doing?
Good. Doing good.
It's awesome. That's what I like to hear. So, guys, currently 3-1 on the season. So far, sounds like a pretty good record to me. What are some improvements, though, that you both think could be made as the season goes on?
Well, we started off with a poor motto, I think, team chemistry, too, and we've really grown in that. We've learned to fail forward, and we've just been improving ever since and just keep going up.
We had some injuries that kind of put us back, but I think we're getting up there now. I think we're good.
How has Coach really pushed you guys so far at the beginning of the season to get you guys ready for the rest of the season?
We've been doing a lot of fitness and just preparing for games and doing like set pieces and going through plays.
Yeah, we definitely focus more on what we struggle with, and it's definitely set pieces and finishing, and that seems like a big focus now in training, and it's really helped and translated to the games.
You two both a part of the program 2 years ago that won the state championship. You guys carry a lot of leadership, both seniors in the on the team. How does that senior leadership from both of you, translate down to the lower classmen?
I mean, we're all really close, so it's like we're all one, really. Even the teams, we all are so close, and we all know each other like by names and stuff. And I mean, we just try to set the example, and I mean, if we keep winning, we're setting a good example.
For sure.
My freshman year, like all the seniors just did not talk to us, but like this year, all the seniors talk to all the freshmen and sophomores and all the lower classmen.
That's all I have.
All righty. So, guys, we're going to play a quick game entitled Headbutt. You guys have cards at your disposal, 5 for each of you. Which one of you guys want to go first? It's basically like heads up.
I'll go first.
All righty. So, when you pick up your card, striker, make sure you're not facing it towards you. All righty. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Let's get to it.
Okay. It's a left winger for Real Madrid that fell off and rides the bench now.
Eden Hazard.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That was good.
Best striker in the world right now.
Ronaldo.
No.
Holland.
France.
Mbappe.
Bald man coaches Real Madrid.
Zidane.
Best player in the world.
Ronaldo.
No.
Messi.
Yeah. Second best player in the world.
Messi.
No.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, there you go.
Penalty merchant.
Oh, come on. That's Messi.
Hey.
Brazil left wing, PSG.
Neymar.
Yep. We got English striker.
Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Pretty easy one.
Bad at penalties.
Skies.
Big center back from the Netherlands.
Van Dijk.
Yep.
Blake's getting the easier ones.
The best player in the world, but the other one.
Ronaldo.
From Brazil. So, yeah, it's Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Oh, R9.
R9, yeah.
Okay.
And then we got France, striker, Real Madrid.
Benzema.
Yep.
All righty. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here on the Tiger Sports Report. When me and Cody get back, we'll be talking some NFL talk. Free agency is really ramping up right now. And, we'll be back with the Tiger Sports Report after this.
Right now, get $200 from TTCU Federal Credit Union when you open a new checking account with direct deposit. What would you buy with $200?
Cars, race cars, my own apartment, 100 coloring books, and a puppy.
Or maybe some groceries and a tank of gas. $200 for whatever works for you from TTCU, because life is better in balance.
Welcome back, guys, to the Tiger Sports Report. We're now joined alongside Chance Merrick and Jaden Stewart for the NFL. The offseason has been going crazy so far. Chance, let's start with you. What's been your favorite signing or trade so far?
Honestly, my favorite trade, outside of the Denver Broncos, obviously, would be the Bears trading away the #1 overall pick for DJ Moore and some more picks. I just think it's a great move for the Bears and for the Panthers, because both sides got what they wanted, and the Bears will really elevate with Aaron Rodgers leaving that division now. The Bears are potentially a threat for the number 1 seed in the division.
I think Jalen Ramsey getting traded to the Dolphins. He pairs up with Xavier Howard. They're probably the top cornerback duo in the league now. They have a really young, good safety in Javon Holland. And they just got Vic Fangio out defensive coordinator, so their defense should be really good. And if Tua stays healthy, they should actually be Super Bowl contenders. I mean, they've been making a bunch of moves.
Tua is so bad. But my favorite move, like overall, would probably be I really like Miles Sanders to the Panthers. I don't know what the Panthers think they're doing. I think they think they're Super Bowl contenders with their moves they're making, but I think Miles will really thrive in Carolina, like, and actually show what he's been doing instead of having to share carries in the red zone.
You already know my favorite, man. I'm pretty vocal. Stephon Gilmore to the Cowboys, as well as Brandon Cooks to the Cowboys. Stephon Gilmore said, quote, "They got to throw it somewhere," and he's not wrong. Him and Trevon Diggs are about to be a very scary threat on the defensive side of the football. Chance is shaking his head no, like he just doesn't watch it.
They're washed.
Anyways, though, the Cowboys, in my opinion, are making a killing in the offseason right now, as well as the Lions. Lions have been doing pretty good, making some good moves, as well as the Bears, like you were saying, Chance. They've been making some good moves as well. So I think the NFC North is going to be really fun to watch. It's going to be a fun division. But, as we get, closer, or actually, let me ask this question. Let's start with you this time, Cody. What has been like one of the worst signings you've seen throughout the playoffs, and one of the worst moves? Not playoffs, sorry, offseason.
One of the worst moves. I think what the Jets are doing, just signing like a bunch of people that Aaron Rodgers told him to sign, because he's got like such a hold over the Jets, because he's going to go there if they do what apparently he's going to go there if they do what he does. But I just don't think that's the move that they should be going for, because, even if they get A-Rod, honestly, I don't see them doing anything with him. So I'd probably say anything they're doing over there.
I'd probably say Stephon Gilmore to the Cowboys, to be honest. I just think he's washed. Like, ever since he left New England.
1 in a million. You're 1 in a million with that take. Everybody is hyping it up. You are 1 in a million.
On that rock.
Okay. All righty.
I think the Raiders they don't really upgrade at all. Getting rid of Derek Carr and bringing in Jimmy G. He's just basically mid, like definition of an average quarterback.
Jimmy's a winner.
And they just downgraded. I think Josh McDaniels will be fired after this season. It'll just be a train wreck being in the tough AFC West.
Cody, you're bringing up the point, whether or not the Jets actually sign Aaron Rodgers. I think that's a funny thing to bring up. So I have a very, very hot take that a lot of people aren't agreeing with. I don't think he actually signs with the Jets, bro. I think he's just wasting everyone's time.
I do too. Like, he's done this for years.
I think he's just trolling, man. He's just ruining the Jets roster. They've traded away so many assets. Dude, it's horrible, man. He's just making them do what they want. He's the GM of the Jets, quarterback on the Packers, and the owner of the Bears. It's an impressive, career this man is bolstering right now. Inside football. It's just great to watch for Aaron Rodgers. I'm happy for him.
He's got so much just like power over the Jets for some reason, because they've been in poverty for so long as a franchise that they have Sauce Gardner now, so their defense isn't like too bad that they're like, all right, we might be able to do something.
Sauce Gardner's burning a cheesehead for no reason. It's so pointless. And it's just hilarious. I think the whole darkness retreat, when he brought that up, that just immediately made my radar go off. Like, nah, this dude's just messing with people. There's no way. So that's just a hot take of mine. Also, real quick, we're running out of time, but real quick, let's just do speed questions. Where do you think Lamar Jackson goes, Cody?
Honestly, I want to see him in a Lions uniform, to be honest, because I know Jared Goff isn't terrible, but I think probably the Lions would be my favorite spot to see him.
Chance?
I think he's going to stay with the Ravens. I don't think that the market is that high for him right now.
Probably stay with the Ravens. I agree with Chance.
I'm going to say the Ravens as well. I don't see him leaving. It would make no sense to me. With that being said, though, guys, Chance, Jaden, thank you so much for joining us, as always, here on the Tiger Sports Report for the NFL segment. When me and Cody get back, World Baseball Classic is underway. Japan, USA for the final. And, we'll be right back with the Tiger Sports Report after this.
Recently, you've had to put your life on hold, and we're with you in this. At Ascension St. John, we're now open for appointments, and we are fully prepared for your safety in our care. As we open our doors again, our doctors, nurses, and care teams will continue to wear personal protective equipment. We've taken even more steps to clean and stringently disinfect all areas. We will maintain distancing in our waiting rooms and will continue to limit visitors. And we will still screen all staff to protect their health and yours. Our emergency rooms are here 24/7. Please do not delay care. We're still delivering babies and performing surgeries. And we're open for your appointments, from specialists and surgical care to routine care and health screenings. Ask us about virtual visits. Ascension St. John continues to care for you, as we have been for almost a century. Thank you for trusting us.
Welcome back to the Tiger Sports Report, guys. We are now joined alongside Bray Woodall and Michaela Converse for the MLB segment. Michaela, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Bray, what about yourself? How are you doing?
All right, I guess.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Michaela, you have some questions for us about the World Baseball Classic, if you want to give those to us.
I do. First off, what do you think is going to happen between U.S. and Japan?
I think the U.S. is going to dominate Japan unless Ohtani, just steps up, strikes everyone out, hits a no-hitter. Then, other than that, I don't see Japan having a chance against the U.S. We've been on a hot streak.
For the World Baseball Classic, are they going to allow Shohei Ohtani to pitch and hit? Or is he only allowed to just choose one or the other?
I'm not sure, but I think he is pitching for sure.
I know he's pitching, but
he's definitely pitching, but
for sure. I don't know, but
that's the only way he's gonna become Superman for Japan.
If he
2018 on that.
If he was hitting, he'd have to hit at least like 4 home runs that game without a doubt. Bases loaded every single time.
4 grand slams.
I also believe that the USA is probably going to beat Japan by at least 3 points minimum.
United States are going to absolutely just destroy Japan. American hero Trey Turner is going to do what Trey Turner does, as well as Mookie Betts. These two guys are on a hot streak at the moment for the United States, and they're just really fun to watch.
All right, guys, what are your top 3 teams competing in the Baseball World Classic?
I'd say for my top 3, I'd go Mexico 3, Japan 2, and United States at 1. But like the separation between the United States and Japan at 1, like Mexico and Japan are like right here, like they're right here. But then this is Japan, United States. It's not fair. It's not fair whatsoever. It's going to be a blowout in the final. But yeah, that's my top 3.
Bray, what are yours?
I'm gonna go with Venezuela 3. Japan 2 and USA 1. Venezuela and the U.S. had a really close game until Trey Turner game. He just had courtesy of the red, white, and blue by Toby Keith blaring in his ears when he hit that home run. So yeah, I would have to put Venezuela at 3 because they gave the USA a dogfight.
I would also have to put USA at 1, Japan at 2. Obviously, they're in the finals, and then I'll put Portugal at 3. Just to mix it up a little bit, and I also think that they played really good as well, even though, they didn't make it to the finals, but that's probably my top 3.
All right, lastly, who do you think is the star player on the U.S. team?
I've said it 3 times now, American hero, Trey Turner. Yeah, he had Proud to be an American all up in his headphones leading up to every single game he's played. The dude's just a stud. The dude's a stud. And, I mean, who did he sign with, Bray? Phillies, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I know you're a Phillies fan, so you're probably just ecstatic to see him in a Phillies uniform. I mean, the dude plays amazing. It's very fun, and he's so fast too, base running wise and fielding wise. I mean, it's just an incredible player. He definitely deserves MVP for the tournament.
Probably Trey Turner if we're going off of strictly stats, but I also really like Mookie Betts, and I think he'll probably do the best in the Japan game. So that's probably what I'm gonna have to go with, because Mookie is like he's a one in a lifetime type of player. We've seen what he can do in the actual league, so I'll probably have to go with him.
I'm going to be biased. Trey Turner. In second place, Kyle Schwarber, a Philly legend, dude. He's a home run machine. So was Trey Turner, obviously, as we saw, in that Venezuela game. But, yeah, I'm going to have to go with those two, my Philly guys.
All right, those are very good answers.
Thank you, Michaela. With that being said, me and Cody will be back for the next segment after this break. We'll see you in just a second.
For families who like to build their wealth while staying liquid, we have flexible rate CDs to keep your funds working hard, even when you're not. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. The right balance.
Welcome back, guys, to the Tiger Sports Report. We are now joined alongside Cherish Booth, who has some questions for us on college basketball, the tournament, all that good stuff. Cherish, what do you got for us?
Okay, Cody, break down your brackets for me.
All right, so as most people, my bracket got broke in the first round because I had Arizona State beating TCU, but they lost. So that ruined my bracket. Obviously, we're the Foreman game.
I was about to say that ruined your bracket.
Yeah, that also did. But I'm saying like the main one, the closer one was that one. I mean, but no one thought that was going to happen. That was more of a shocker than a bracket breaker. But most of the part, my winner is still in there in Houston. So if they win, I'm taking a little bit of the credit for that, even though the bracket itself is broken.
I actually didn't make a bracket, but I mean, I had like a mental bracket the entire time, basically. And yeah, I gotta say, the final 4 predictions I made last episode, 2 of my 4 teams are gone, including Duke, which, Duke was a hot take of mine, so I'll take my blows on that one. But dude, Kansas losing to Arkansas was so wild, man. I mean, my goodness, that's nuts. It was what was the final score? It was like a 2-point difference or something. It was crazy.
Won by like 1 or 2 points.
So that was a crazy upset. I think the Purdue and no-name team that they faced that they lost to was pretty crazy, as well as Arizona and Princeton. That game was so fun, and the fact that Princeton's down in the Sweet 16, like, dude, I'm rooting for them. They're a fun team to watch for sure.
So Ethan, going into more of what you just said, who has shocked you the most so far?
What shocked me the most, it's definitely the Purdue upset to the team they lost to. Again, I forgot their name.
Purdue 7-4 center.
Yeah, Purdue 7-4 center. That is nobody. But actually, I'd probably say, going more into depth, one that did surprise me, I'd have to go with Kansas losing to Arkansas in the round of 32. That was really weird to me. I expected Kansas to go all the way this season, especially with the roster they have put together, and they play in the toughest conference in the United States for basketball, or for college basketball, and they had the best team in that toughest conference. So them losing is kind of surprising. I can expect a team like Texas now to really just step up. I think Texas is a very strong team, and they've been proving it so far in the tournament. So they're going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I was wrong about them a couple episodes ago when I said that they weren't that surprising.
Yeah.
Who surprised you the most, Cody?
Probably Princeton overall, because I mean them winning the first round was overall, like, beating Arizona was surprising, and then the next round, because that game was close. That first round was close, and then the second round playing the 7th seed Missouri and winning by 15. That was probably the most surprising part that I had, because like Princeton wasn't supposed to win the first round, and then they beat Missouri so bad in the second round. But I don't think they would go much farther. But if they win this round, then I'm a fan.
What I don't find surprising is how often now Arizona gets upset in like the first or second round. They are literally a punching bag when they're ranked up high in the tournament. They just get blown. They get upset. It's so easy. I don't really understand what's going on with that program year in and year out. It's odd.
The reason I think Princeton is like scary though is because like they don't have no one, like, if you look at the 2 games they played, there's no like formula of like who has like really showed out. It's just someone shows out every game, and that's the reason they've been winning. It's not just one player doing his thing.
It's impressive for sure.
So Ethan, speaking of upsets, what upsets have surprised you the most?
Kansas and Arkansas losing.
Like, that was like the most. Like, that was just
that was definitely the most surprising to me. Yeah, I mean, Kansas had All-Americans on their roster. It was supposed to be a repeat year for Bill Self and the Jayhawks, and I mean, Grady Dick was going insane. I mean, that dude has been playing lights out basketball, but yeah, they just couldn't do enough to beat Arkansas, and I think Arkansas is going to be a very, very surprising team as the tournament goes on, as well as Miami. I think Miami's being overlooked very hardcore right now. Everybody thought Drake was going to beat them first round. No, they have a Wooden Award nominee. I think they're actually going to be a very, very good team throughout the tournament.
Cody?
I already answered the same thing with you. With Princeton was probably my biggest one. Just that whole roster is just showing out. There's not a single player on there. They work as a team. You can really see it, and that's like really what surprised me with them is like how good they're doing as a 15th seed, beating these higher ranked teams in Arizona the 2nd and Missouri the 7th. So that's probably what I'd have to go to. But shout out to Andrew Funk, aka Mini Jimmer for Penn State, even though they lost.
Yeah.
He was shocking. 8 threes. He really popped out.
Don't forget, man, I think his last name's Noel. I can't remember 100%, but that Kansas State guard that's like only like 5'10", dude, that guy's going crazy. He dropped like 27 against Kentucky to advance. That was crazy. I think Kansas State's also a very surprising team. There's a lot of teams in the tournament. I think they're going to just go crazy throughout the entire thing because there's a lot of lower seeded teams now, it feels like.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Cherish. So with that being said, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of the Tiger Sports Report here for this episode. I'm Ethan Scott, joined alongside Cody Eich. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.